Alright, what is good, y'all? We have our payout eligible. So we got the first account, the 255 account here, and then shifting to the 992 account. Both are eligible for $800, which is huge. We've hit our targets now. So 1,267, sitting at about 1.7, as we discussed yesterday. So leaving about 900 now because we took that extra day. So about $900 as a buffer in this account. And then for this account, we'll be looking at about $2,000 as a buffer. So we'll just wait and see if we can, God willing, hit another payout. And just to see whether going for the 875 actually does make a bit more sense to give us a buffer, or whether the 500 is actually enough of a target to go for. So again, going to take you guys with me through the process of the withdrawal, and just to see how quickly it comes at this time. The time's 2:33 p.m. Wednesday. Let's see how long it's going to take. I transfer to payout wallet 800. Refresh this. That's on 0 for this account. We'll shift to the other account now. 992. Same thing. 800. Going for the max. Both of these accounts are now paid for themselves. It covers a few blown accounts as well, which is huge. The goal is to stack these up. So 1,600 we have available to withdraw. Payout request. We'll do it for both of these. Go our rise. Yep. Submit. Wait for this one-time password. Alright, payout has been requested, so we'll wait and see. This would be our third payout with FundedNext here. It took 11 hours for the last payout. We'll see if it's going to take that long, but I think because that was the first one, it usually takes a little bit to verify everything. Let's see how we go, and I'll come back once we get confirmation from their end. Alright, so shifting back, just checking the charts right now. We have seen a massive amount of volume come out after we've taken Asian highs, plus these highs from yesterday. Looks like we've just tapped into this 5-minute CB as well, after seeing some volume steep into the downside. So we're going to take this trade here, looking like a really decent entry right in here, and looking to scale up pretty quickly if we see a nice reaction to the downside. We're going to have our stops resting right here. I'm only really looking for one sort of entry here. If we blast through this, I'm not interested in chasing it long or anything like that. I'll just give up and come back a little bit later. Just looks like a good spot. It's good timing as well. It's just after 12, and so usually after 12 we'll look to take Asian, this is going back to ICT now, Asian high or low, and then if we take the high and just sweep, now the target is going to be Asian lows and spilling all the way down to more than likely previous day value area lows, which would be previous day lows as well. So long way to go to the downside. Could be an insane risk to reward. Where's our short tool? Essentially we'd be looking for something like this. A little bit higher than these equal highs. 0.97, already starting to see the reaction that we're looking for here. But essentially, let me finish drawing this out. Looking at about a 12R on this position right here. Gonna jump in short with 4 micros. It's looking really good. If we can get past this and have another fair value gap up in here, we'll look to add the remaining 3 just to see how much we'd be looking to risk. 7 on the line, we're about $80 for stop loss of the 4. Just waiting to see if we can spool to the downside before looking to add in. I'm not really too interested with it pushing right back up here. This would be the time to preemptively expect that we would get a reaction here. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize that they will only let you go on one count with trade evade. Still not signed out here. Oh, there we go. Was not aware of that. So yeah, watching the M3 here, as long as we don't get a closure above this CB, I'm still happy with that position. Got 3 macros ready to go. Gold has just been insane, man. Wow. I have 4,000 now for gold. All-time highs. This is crazy. Good reaction. We're just going to watch this last minute. If we can start spilling to the downside in this last minute, adding our last 7 positions. And we're honestly just going to let this one run. I think we have enough momentum behind us to expect continuation to the downside, especially after yesterday's PA. So we'll just wait and see. Last few seconds. Okay, nice push to the downside here. Seeing that continuation, no closures above this CB, especially on our M3. So we would be expecting now the spillover to start. Point of control, inbound, but I think especially after sweeping these highs, sweeping these previous highs as well from lunchtime macro yesterday, I think this gives us the green light Gold pushing super high as well, so we'll just adjust stops to these highs now in case we get a massive bounce back to the upside. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this trade run, to be honest. I am extremely tired. I've been up since 4 this morning doing the previous sessions, so yeah, just gonna let this one run. Adjusted all our levels, so we'll just see if we can hit an extra 500 and start an extra day with that buffer. Price down to 500 for the targets now. The focus should just be on payouts for the time being. I'll need to double check whether the consistency rule is going to factor in where we're at now or post payout. I need to suss out some numbers. I'll come check on this in an hour or so. Definitely want to be here before 3 o'clock. Usually some hecticness starts coming on the market there, so let's wait and see. All right. So I went to go have a nap and then I just had a phone call. So I've been on the phone for half an hour, but yeah, just check the charts really quick. Looks like we're approaching the first partial spot here. Closed below point of control right now as we were anticipating. New to opening gap is resting right here though, so we're just got to be a bit mindful. Got partial levels right in here, so what we're going to do is going to break even just above these highs right here. At least we'll walk away with something if price does want to come all the way back up. It's a really bad spot because we do have this. Ideally we'd want to be like right here, but look, let's not argue with that. Gold, oh my goodness. I was gonna just like ape a long position after we were seeing this staircase in and around here, and it is just blitzing. We honestly probably could still just jump in, but don't need to overextend ourselves here. The trade is looking like it's going pretty well for now at least. And again, we've got our targets of yesterday's low in mind, so just let the trade do what it needs to do and we'll come check back in a little bit. Man, super blessed. Trading at the moment just feels unreal. Honestly speaking, the more I give it to God and let him handle it, the easier this has become. Like I kid you, I literally just woke up from a nap. Our conservative account has hit TP. The second account running pretty nicely here. What is going on, man? It's crazy. But let me just adjust stops. This level, I'm gonna go work out just because I haven't hit the gym today. I'm trying to find a good level for this stop right here, above this hourly high, I would say. Even where it is now, to be honest, we could just look at TP. Crazy. I'm just trying to see. Probably would have been close to take profit as well from where we are. Let me just check. Okay, so previous point of control, resting right here. So maybe 0.64, very close. So 0.65, we'll have our stop loss up here. So we'll just see, already locked in $200 on this account. Even if it came all the way back up to break even, we'd take that. But yeah, let's see if this can run all the way down to TP and have 2 accounts hit to take profit on the day of withdrawing. So be unreal. Let me refresh this. Still submitted, about 2 hours in here as well. Just wait and see. I'm gonna go hoop. Stops pretty much at break even now, pushing back up to previous day point of control. We got NDOG resting right here as well, VWAP resting right here too. So yeah, really nice call for this trade. I just realized we have swept Asian lows, so that probably should have been a partial spot as well. I didn't realize that, to be honest. Like that a little bit late. So this completely reverses on us. It is what it is, but I think our stops here are good. Current day point of control right up here too as well. So could run for the highs. It is what it is. Just gonna let the trade do what it wants to do. Okay, pushing back up here, it's looking like, just wait and see. Nice, pushing to the upside. Good to see. Decent trade here, honestly. Whoa, okay, crazy pump here. Just gonna adjust stops to the bottom of this low here. Look to potentially get back in if we take these lows. We've just gotta watch to see if we invert this. But let's have a look. Pushing down to this M5. This is more than likely where we're gonna be going. Yeah, nice. I'd actually look to add into the position here. So we'd want to take off probably 5 at this spot here. This might have been a really bad partial add. Have a look. Look back to the M3. Yeah, this might have been a really bad spot to add, but let's wait and see. Just take a break even here. Maybe just at these lows with the EMA resting right here. Switching the M5 as well. I think we just filled this volume imbalance, but we could definitely punch down into here as well. So just gotta be mindful. Closed above this previous high resting right here. So I do think we go higher, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, there's the EMA tap. See if there's enough juice to take this thing higher. If we get to around 0 hour, I reckon we'll just take ourselves out for a break even here. We'll take ourselves out break even there. Just because there'll be a better spot to actually look for a long right in here. Sweep all of these lows, take a really small loss, and then look to see if we can get a better entry. Let's see if we get filled. Put our entry just a little bit higher. Let's see if we get filled. Looks like we might be pumping away. See how we go here. See if we want to push down or just explode through. We're probably a little bit too tight on the stops. Small loss, so I'm worried about it. We'll get rid of this entry. I'm just going to watch what happens at this hourly CB. So if we start getting some movement to the downside, hopefully coincides with about that sort of 10 price point. We're just looking at our 15-minute opening range. Just mark these in blue. As we used to trade, it probably is better market conditions to do this strategy now. At the time I was employing it, the market was just so indecisive come the open. But there's our high, there's our low. We'll just see if we get a 5-minute closure above. Ideally, we look to tap into this in the next 1 minute and then just melt to the downside. Let's see, pushing up and then a nice reaction closing. Finances have been divvied up into their appropriate accounts. Thank God once again for that. You can see this level in here, so more than likely be inclined to look for a short here. I don't think we reached the 170 mark we were looking for. So even having what we were at might not have worked out for us in the end. Shorts do look very interesting right now. Want to see a nice break underneath this EMA. For now, we're just following this trend to the upside. Haven't hit this sort of 172.75 level either. So around about here will be interesting to see. So there's pretty much that tap of that level right here. Just watching the reaction. Want to start seeing sellers stepping up here. Approaching that sort of 10 o'clock reversal time frame as well. Struggling to go much higher from here. Still haven't hit the 172.75 though, so that's where my cursor is right now. There we go. There's the tap right there. And so I want to see like a big market structure shift here. Volume stepping out of the buyers, people taking their profit, and then the market looking to switch. Otherwise, we could genuinely, like, the possibility of breaking all of this and pushing up all the way up here is definitely on the cards. Bit annoying that we got stopped out. Probably would have been TP right here, but it is what it is. Just waiting for a nice doji or hammer candle where we got a massive wick in the closing. Something similar like this. From the looks of this so far, just wait for the closure. Don't really want to be the first one to the party here. Always want to be fashionably late. Until buyers get out of this position, they're just going to hold it and then go to the moon. There's not much point trying to short straight away. This is just to test in patience, which I usually am not the greatest at, but trading has been a lot better at the moment. Just working on my patience, working on just making sure the trade actually makes sense rather than risking our capital. Looks like we are just pumping here. Just want to see on a higher time frame, 4 hour. If it was going to start reversing, like you'd want it to be right about now. But again, all-time highs, looking at the daily here is a bit crazy. But we do have, looks like previous day point of control. No, previous day was here. Got a couple days point of control. And this is current session value area highs. Okay, we've got an hourly high resting right here and then another hourly CB here. So I'll just clone this. You don't need to be getting in too early just yet. Still wants the staircase. Yeah, definitely would have been TP here, which is a little bit annoying. And it didn't actually take these lows. So it's a bit rough, but it's all good. Crazy push off the open. Crazy. 20 seconds here. We'll see what kind of closure we get for this hourly CB. We start pushing down here. This could be interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'm going straight for it here. Not the greatest reaction off the bat. Going straight in with the 7. Just watching. If we get to break even on the account, I'll be out. Could see a little bit more of a push. Wow, okay. Usually that's a fair bit of volume stepping out as well. We'll just put our stops at this high. So it could be a big amount of volume just stepping out, punching past this liquidity right here. We have done a bit of a sweep straight off this hour. Crazy push right there. Back ever so slightly in the green. Let's see if we want to continue this push up. That's okay if we get stopped out here. Very heavy on the size. It was a little bit silly from me actually. I'm still interested in shorts here as we approach 10:10. Wishing that I just used the 1 micro before. I don't know why I went straight in for 7 right off the bat. Not following my trading plan. Should be 1-3 always. Never just straight away to 7. That's okay. We live and we learn. Haven't got much drawdown to work with here now, but that's all good. The good thing about trading New York AM is that you really don't need much size, and it really starts to run pretty heavily. So basically what I'm looking for now is first a closure below this EMA, because we haven't really seen that even on a 30-second here, and then shifting out to a 1 minute as well, just for a bit more confirmation, because we are pushing and pushing here, but we're approaching this 1 hour SIBI. Ideally, if we can get a closure below here on the M1, it will warrant us to look for partials into the downside. I reckon this could be a pretty crazy rip come 10-10. I like that we're stagnating here. We did see this here a little bit and push up, so we need to see some pretty solid displacement to the downside here. Alright, there's that tap. Should be at the hourly SIBI now. There we go, being tapped. Let's just see if we get away from here pretty quickly. Good reaction. This is looking good here, guys. Another retire, 2 minutes to go for 10-10. Bulls don't seem like giving up anytime soon here, right at this level. Let's see if there's any fair value gaps or fun stuff above this. There's a tiny little one on the M10 there. Nothing really on an M5, M3. Not a whole lot here either. So it's pretty much just that hourly level, just doing bulk of the heavy lifting here. We'll watch the next 10 minutes, this will be interesting. Spilling down, I feel like every time I talk it does the opposite. What if I try it the upside? Alright, spilling up, pushing to the upside here, and we're going higher. It's okay. If we are reversing, we should start to see this pretty soon. Just holding out for that. My stuff's going to be at $40 here, so if we get to 40, just got to call it. Super annoying on this long. This right here, man, would have been a banging trade to the upside. But hey, it happens, can't be right all the time. So approaching that 40 mark, as I was saying, there's nothing else really for us to reach to apart from this tiny little 10 minutes, which we're at right now. Just waiting to see what price wants to do. Could see like a mini little head and shoulders pattern here. If we get a closure down here or below here, ideally below this low is what we'd be looking for. Let's wait and see. Be patient, man. Just gotta be patient. Alright, getting ready to jump in here. If we get a closure below this candle right here, I'd be interested. Right at 10. This was like my old ICT strategy, man. Just wait for 10 and go the opposite direction of where the trade has been running. Really nice. We got some confluences to back this up here. We've just hit that 10-minute SIBI as well. I don't think we've pushed the high. This could be the start of the sell-off here. Just want to see a nice closure below this EMA. Stops will go just at this high. That occurred post 10. Ideally, it should actually be here. Give it a little bit of space. Give it room. 25243. But we're still bouncing. Still haven't had a closure below this candle yet. So doing nothing for now. Bulls still in control until we see they're not. Suicide to jump in here. Nice. Pushing down again. Just waiting for that closure. Not convincing enough. And we're resting right at the EMA. So I want to see just something a little bit more sure that sellers are stepping in here. Cool. And where was that level we were talking about? 242.5. Just anticipating the 14 here. 6 back in here. Don't mind this at all. Just waiting for a little bit. There we go. Cool. There's that full 7 on this position here. We did have a little bit of a pullback here to the upside. Now it looks like we're trying to break these lows again. Even looking at trading view now on an M5 and see what's happening here. Just going to mark out these nodes for our volume. Can't do much higher than that. We'll just mark out these volume nodes. This price is doing what it's doing. These aren't significant enough. So it's pretty much just this node, point of control, looking for lows of the day as well. Because London lows and Asian lows are in very close proximity. Lots of people are going to have their stops here. This absolutely wants to fall to the downside. This could be an end term target, but with the size that we have on, I don't think we'd need all of that, but let's just wait and see. Okay, starting to spill down now. Expecting all of this to be ran through now. So we tapped up into this hourly SIBI. Decent reaction away from this point now. M30 as well. Looking at this. If we get a nice bearish closure here, I think we could be running a lot lower. So in profit, which is good to see. I'm contemplating whether I should be taking partials here or not, but we'll just look to take them at the nodes. So 25135. 135. We've got some levels in here. Look to take off about half. look to take off 2 pretty much just before point of control, so at these lows 2-5-11 right here, and then the rest of the position hopefully will be stopped out if it wants to keep on going lower from here. But looking good so far on these smaller time frames, getting some reactions with buyers thinking this is going higher. I think we are still dropping here. Could be wrong, just based on what we're seeing on a higher time frame. This makes a little bit more sense. Start adjusting our stops here as well. Okay, so here's a pretty interesting spot. We've hit the EMA on an M3. This will be interesting. I could be wrong. I just want to keep my mind open to that. I don't want to be married to this short here. If we break above this and have a closure above this, then buyers are still in control and this is still going to be pushing higher. I still think based on 1010 and these other key levels should be spilling lower. In the past, I just marry that idea because I'm in the trade, right? Like I wanted to go to TP. There's an element of I'm in this trade, I want it to plan out. But I think leveling up my trading lately, by God's grace, just being able to be flexible and switch if you're wrong and call your losses early is super important to maintaining profitability. So shift down to lower time frames here. Pretty big pump here to the upside. It'll be interesting just to see where this wants to close. So we had this 3-minute closure right here. We have respected this BC, which is what's making me a little bit nervous for the short. See on a lower time frame. Just got to be prepared to be wrong here. A tiny little cibby in here. Got a bunch of equal highs resting here now too, but on a 30 seconds, not too reassuring. Yeah, so watching this 30-minute, this M30 is going to be a pretty pivotal one for me. So if we can close back below here, that gives me confidence that we will have a bit more bearish momentum, but if we close above, it's not going to be looking too great. Anything can happen in these last few seconds, so these last two 30-second candles are going to be quite telling for us here. I think we're at that cibby spot right here now, so wouldn't want price to be getting much higher than where we are. Last 30 seconds here. It's this level that I'm really interested in, but I guess this is an hourly level that we're contesting with here. So still got 30 minutes for this one. Closed above on this 30 minute, so it's not looking too great. Just adjust our stops here. But yeah, just let the stop loss do what we have it there for really. Don't need to preemptively change anything. Okay, we pretty much hit our stop at around that 350 mark. It's just whipped us back in. That 7 micro short straight off the bat really did cook today. We would not be in this deep drawdown had that not happened. Seen a little bit of a push down now. I don't know where this is coming from, but it might be pretty short-lived here. Just wait and see. Just wicking these highs. Pushing back down now. Nice reaction. Just watching the speed of this. Starting to push as we do see here. So I'm actually looking to add potentially back in here and just adjust stops to these highs. Let's see if we get enough momentum to the downside here. Put it as a stop order, just making sure we have enough momentum to get below here rather than anticipating sellers are going to step up. I want to actually see that happen and get the confirmation for extra here. Nice, I think we're around 112, 115. Just watching to see if sellers are enticed to come back in. Okay, still pushing here. We have been chopping a little bit here, which I think just lets me know we are trying to build up liquidity. So hopefully if we are going to push to the downside here, just got to get ready to adjust stops. Gold has done really a bunch of nothing as well. It's just been chopping and turning here. So see if we get filled. Just taking these lows. I want to see this spill down happen pretty quickly. So I think we had 4 we're looking to sell around here. Then we had, I believe, 2 resting about here. Wanting to see this low as our next target. But still holding on for dear life here. That momentum. Everyone's just trying to put faith in the tech bubble. Now we're starting to press and push away from here, which is good to see. On an M3, we should start to see a bit of spilling momentum to the downside here. Last M15 opened up, so we want to look to partial 2, 5155, just making sure. Okay, I think we should be okay. It's watching our levels. We want to break even pretty quickly here if we can, especially as we approach this low. Wouldn't want to see this just wicked, tap up into this BC and then push back up. I think based on everything we said before, we didn't make new highs. Now we're starting to see some momentum to the downside. Let's just wait and see. Positive 3-minute closure here. Again, we're just going to adjust stops to these highs here. With the amount of size that we've got on, even before we hit first partial, I think we should be hitting TP for the day. I'm going to run, I think the plan would be to do one more payout with the more risky profile and then drop the target to 500. At that point, we're just trying to hit the payouts, and we should be able to do that within 3 days. It will be dependent on FundedNext and their consistency rules. I'll have to check in tomorrow after today's profit has been logged. I probably should go break even, to be honest. I'm gonna try and be fancy. Previous 3-minute high. But let's rock with that for now. I just don't like that the EMA is above that level, in case we wick it and then continue down. But I think we should be okay. I think we should be alright, and we're starting to push. I'll just watch it for a little bit. We do have a fair bit of size on, and I don't want to give the majority of this back if it does want to push up. Alright, nice push to the downside. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Let's see the accounts now after the payout has been taken. We'll go on this account. So we'll need to make a profit from this balance now as well. I think it just restarts from where we were at. Let me double check. One of them is showing a significantly higher balance than the other. I'm not sure if it's been processed on this one. Maybe that's why. This is the non-conservative one. I'll have to check this tomorrow to see whether it's the same thing that just restarts. We're starting with higher drawdown for both accounts now, which is a blessing. If we can get away with just doing the 500, I reckon it would be easier to go for in the future. Let's see what we're getting here. Just trailing as we go here with the big size we do have on. It is a little bit tight with the stop here, but I think we should be okay. Still dropping here, really nice to see. I'm just trying not to be too aggressive with the stops. I've been doing this a little bit lately, rather than just letting the trade momentum play out. Just always thinking that it's going to come against me. That sort of scarcity mindset has not been serving me very well at all. But it's okay. All we can do is adapt and learn from that. But also the same token, like, you just don't want to be too greedy too. Like, any profit's better than no profit. So yeah, just trying to get that balancing act right. There's probably a gap in here. We could be pushing up into here. Just gotta trust the process. Yeah, looking for this next 1-minute candle. Start pushing lower again here. We're approaching the hour, so let's see if we still respect this first hourly CB. This is going to be very interesting what we do the next minute or so. Oh wow, okay, interesting. I even wonder if this is too tight. Check back in M3, still keeping it at this high. I don't know if I'm just going to be giving up profit now by doing that though. Dilemmas. Let's see. We could just see a crazy bullish push. Nice for coming back, contesting these levels. I think we should break through, man. Last 30-second here, we should break through based on this candle forming right now. Be M10 pushing down. Stuff should really be at this candle high, but we are in a pretty steep uptrend here. Alright, there's the hourly closure. Push to the upside. We might actually run through this high. I still like our stops literally right here where they were. It's a crazy big candle. We're gonna do it. We might have to take a bit of a loss here. Just crazy being up like 600 and then back down to break even. This has happened way too frequently lately. And again, just going off this higher closure is my main reasoning for this here. But I just gotta be super careful, man. It's just we haven't really stopped anywhere on the downside. There's nowhere that I'm seeing, man, this is not looking good, bro. Ain't no way. There is a 1-minute CB in here. I don't know if it's gonna be strong enough for us to hold this. Oh man, just looking at this level in here, 30-second CB in here as well. It's just a very clean push back here, taking all of this, still respecting this hourly CB. Bit of momentum to the downside here. Nuts. See, and there's that 3-minute CB right there too. I think I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me just let this play out first before I start talking, because we could just bounce straight back up. High volume trading, man. Contesting with this level. If we create a new low here, stops will go above this high. Only if we push down below here though. Okay, taking my eyes off the trading view. Just with the monetary value, especially with more size, I just find myself doing way too much. point of control is now shifted right up to here. Value area high is resting right here. So just trying to see a closure below. Okay, you get 2 closures below now. Looking for these lows. Ideally stops should be at this high now, so 25220. Alright, back guys. In trading once again. I don't know why I get to these points. I think it just comes down to not wanting to lose, especially being up so much. I've talked about this a lot. This is just the type of trading that tilts me to no end. I think it's actually really important if things go south. It's important to look back on and reflect on that. So here we are right now, just having to be super on it with the 2 minis that we now have on. If we start pushing below here, I'm gonna take myself out straight away. So when MNQ is doing its back and forth, ES was just making all-time highs. M has now pushed to all-time highs as well. So I do think long is the play. We got it incorrect with the short earlier, but had the stop at the value area, previous day value area high right here. Pushing to the upside again, looking for these highs to be taken. This is all-time highs resting at this previous day value area high. So pretty much reached all the way through. Super annoying on this short at the 9:30 open, taking ourselves out really early there. Would have had that nice pump, but it is what it is. See, yeah, stops can go break even. Happy to just take break even trades with this amount of size now. Decent push. Another break even. Should have taken both of us out there, but it is what it is. Guess the better long would be closer to point of control here anyway. So 2 minute BISI is resting at point of control. So it should just be patient. See if we can get a pullback. Point of control is 213. It's 217. So rocking up with 2 entries here. DJ and trading, man. Just really got to try and see if I can curb this, because it's not sustainable at the end of the day. I'll take myself fully out at 275 for this account. Got a pretty bad fill, so be looking to sell. I'm just gonna keep trailing the stops up. We've learned our lesson not to give back what we've made, especially in this much drawdown. I think that's going to put us just above break even if we get stopped out here. It is what it is. It's honestly what I deserve if it comes back on me. Yep, that is what we're seeing here. Close to the all-time highs here. We should be sweet for this last little push. Just learning from before, trying not to choke out these trades, especially when we're trending. God willing, we should hit this target. Once again, really bad trading just because I didn't want to accept the loss on the short. Just kept on adjusting stops higher and up. I haven't done that in a while. I got married to that bias, even though I was talking about it earlier that I shouldn't be married to it and expect that it could flip on me. It's alright, it's just lessons. Learn, we get better, and try not to repeat the same mistakes. Alright, final push here. Big amount of volume, just entered at these lows. Being so close to the value area highs now, previous day, we'd be expecting all-time highs here. Just keep stops super tight now, in case sellers want to protect that level. Just floods to the downside. Should be okay here though. My goodness, I can't keep trading like this. Even for stress levels, it's just not good long term. If we hit our TP here, we should be at our 875 target. So I'm just gonna keep on adjusting stops as we're pretty much at our TP. I really need to start learning to do this more. Last little push. There we go. Bang. TP hit. Yeah, it's another green day, but that's 2 days now where I haven't traded optimally. I just need to reflect, journal, see why that got me triggered and what we can do to prevent that in the future. Because again, this is not sustainable. I'm shaking my head once again, but honestly, it's been a great day. This is all God, in my opinion. Just prayer and just His grace to be able to end the day green like this. But yeah, I don't know. It's just getting a bit wild at the moment. New all-time highs just hit. Really good TP there for both these positions. Blessed with the payout today. It is payout day. Bittersweet with the level of trading, but we'll come back tomorrow. We'll see what our targets need to be. I've just bumped up the final TP once again, so I'm not sure about consistency rules. So we'll have to wait and see that. We'll check in tomorrow and check in with you guys then. Peace.